Hi, I'm Jeremy Allen White. I'm here with BuzzFeed, and I'm going to answer 30 questions as quickly as possible.
What was your favorite Bruce Springsteen song to perform in this film?
Reason to Believe.
The film's about the making of Springsteen's Nebraska, so what's your favorite song off that album?
My Father's House.
What this whole catalog is your favorite Springsteen song or album?
I mean, Nebraska, I know that record now better than any other record, but the first record I listened to, just to mix it up a little bit, Born to Run. That was like my introduction.
Have you ever taken anything from a set after filming Rap? If so, what?
For the first show I ever did, Shameless, there was a baseball bat kind of down the staircase in the front of the Gallagher house called the Killing Bat or something. And I remember as they were breaking down that set after 11 years, I stole that bat and I had the whole cast sign it. And I have that in my little office, yeah.
What's a TV show currently airing that you would love to guest star on?
Oh my God. I've been watching Task and I think it's great. Would like to be on that show.
Have you ever caught someone watching one of your projects on a flight?
The Iron Claw.
Did you say anything?
No.
What's your favorite behind-the-scenes memory from working with Jeremy Strong?
I mean, it was kind of behind the scenes, but it ended up in the film. There's a scene where he puts on a Sam Cooke record for us, and it's this kind of like quiet moment that me and Jeremy have as Bruce and John. But that was an idea Jeremy had that I didn't know about before that day. So I remember him asking me offset, I'm gonna try something. Do you want to know what I'm gonna try or not? And I said, no, just go for it. And then I was so kind of like pleased with what happened. It was just a really nice moment.
Is there a group chat for the bear? And if so, does that have a name?
System, baby.
What's your go-to movie theater snack?
If they have like Bunch of Crunch, I like to mix those up with popcorn.
How about a go-to diner order?
Grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Go-to favorite New York City restaurant?
Frankie's in Carroll Gardens.
What's the craziest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
I think I started this rumor very early on. I had said something when I was preparing for the Iron Claw that was really insane. It might have even been in jest. They were like, how much weight are you gonna put on for this? And I was like, at least 60 pounds of muscle. And then I think people started saying like, Jeremy put on 60 pounds of muscle for this movie, which is impossible. And so I remember like seeing that everywhere and going like, do people actually believe in 4 months I managed to put on 60 pounds of muscle, which I wasn't able to do.
Which famous friend would pick up your FaceTime immediately?
Bruce?
What job would you be good at besides acting?
None.
Bruce is such a larger-than-life figure. How did you approach portraying him as a person and not just doing an impression?
In the beginning, I think, I was getting really jammed up. I was really focused on all these like exterior kind of ideas. Like everybody has their own idea and sense of Bruce, and it's very grand. His voice is so recognizable. His face, and I was concerned I didn't look enough like him. I was just like really wrapped up in all this stuff, and I found, the key was the music, I guess. That was my way in. It's all there. And the deepness of that man is for display in his music, so I had a map there, for sure.
You're known for very physical performances. In The Iron Claw and even in The Bear, both feel almost like choreography. Do you approach performing Bruce on stage in a similar way?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I was really lucky. The physicality that he has while he's performing, there's just hours and hours and hours of concert footage to go off of, and even for the Born to Run performance, I was watching a specific performance in Tempe, which was like in 1980 maybe, or maybe 79. And so yes, I had a great guide and like template already set up for me.
Speaking of his performances, Bruce is known for connecting on stage with massive audiences. Acting, for screen particularly, is usually just you and the camera. So how did it feel to make that shift to stadium-level performance?
It was really fun. I mean, we had like 300 background actors. I was still as a performer looking at, a couple hundred people right in front of me, but then I could tell that, I was performing in a mostly empty space. And here, the cap is around 300. Here, we're at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park at the moment. And so to have all those people here, you were really feeling them, you were really feeding off of them, and they were really excited to be here. Mostly because Bruce Springsteen himself had introduced me that day for me to do all of my performances. So they were really warmed up and ready to go. And I remember just really being able to get carried away. It just didn't take a lot of imagination, which usually is such an important part of what we do. And this was one of the days where I felt like I could just surrender to the environment, and that did the job for me.
What's a movie you've seen recently that made you cry?
I saw Hamnet in Telluride, and it was one of the saddest films I've ever seen. I was stunned.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten on set?
It's I don't know if it's like the best piece of advice, but it's a moment I think of a lot, when you're kind of getting you're like too into the moment or too into yourself, or you're not being present. I remember I was shooting an episode of Shameless, and William H. Macy was directing the scene, and I was picking up a character, and we were walking and I was doing like I don't know what I was trying to do like a Brando or James Dean. I was just like, I kept looking off into the distance while I was talking. William H. Macy just goes, "What the f*** do you keep looking at?" And it was just such a nice reminder to like stay present and in the moment and take the task at hand. Don't try to look this way or look that way, not directionally, but like how people are going to perceive you. Just stay as present as you possibly can, I guess. Yeah.
You've worked in TV, indie films, and now a big music biopic. Does your approach change depending on the project scale?
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, my preparation, has remained the same.
You said in the past that interviews aren't always easy for you. Bruce has been telling his story to audiences for years. Did Playing Game change how you think about talking about your own work?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched now Bruce speak about his work, and he really does speak so beautifully. He speaks about his music with a lot of, respect. It's very clear that he's an artist. He also doesn't take it too seriously. And I think, especially when I was getting started in doing press and stuff like that, I think I would just want to be taken seriously so badly. I don't know. Oftentimes it would backfire or turn into nonsense. And I don't know. I think there's a really nice balance that Bruce strikes when he's talking about his work. He also lets the music speak for itself, so he never takes it too seriously when speaking about it. The seriousness and the weight is in the work, You already did that. You can just, talk to somebody else and try to have a good time.
What's an item, achievement, or experience on your wish list?
Item, achievement, or experience. You had mentioned, I've done, smaller films and now a bigger sort of film and television and stuff like that. I started, hoping to do theater. That was my goal. I grew up in New York. I went to a performing arts high school. I thought my life was going to be my career was going to be in New York, trying to do a play or two every year, and then maybe being lucky enough to get like an arc on a TV show or a small film, every once in a while. My work has taken me to Los Angeles, and now my life is there. But I would love to get back to New York soon and try to get on stage at some point, for sure.
What could you give a lengthy PowerPoint presentation on with no preparation?
The work of Martin Scorsese.
What's the most dangerous thing you've ever done for fun?
I had some friends that lived not as far as Coney Island, but pretty deep on the F line. The tracks were raised, and me and my friends it was like around Church Ave, maybe? No, further. But it was elevated, and we would run from station to station, on the train tracks and try to race each other to the station stops in high school.
You played a lot of intense, emotionally heavy characters. Do you ever feel a pull to do something lighter, like a broad comedy?
Yes.
Has becoming a dad changed the way you choose or approach roles?
Yeah, it used to be, it would be no problem if I wanted to work 12 months a year. That was no big deal, I could bounce around and it was all fine. And now I want to be home with them more than anything else. So I think it has to be great and I have to admire the people involved, but also I think it has to be a job that I feel like I have to do. And then that also affects the way I show up for it, because if I'm going to be away from my daughters, I'm also like, well, let me give this all I have, because I don't want to waste any of this time or this opportunity in any way. I'm gone now, and I don't want to look back like, oh, I spent this time away from my kids. What did I do with it,
Who do you go to for honest feedback on a performance?
I think my friends I grew up with, who have known me for a really long time. Those are the hardest people to impress because they know you best. They see the parts of you jump out in performance. When you're trying to disappear into something else, they can call you out when they're like, oh, you fell into yourself, or you fell into this version, or, more often than not, they're just a really good judge of also my honesty, I guess, on screen.
Is there anything you can tell us about the social network sequel?
Not really. I mean, we're filming it very soon. I'll say that it's focused on, a time kind of well after the inception. It's more about the effect of Facebook on America specifically.
What's your favorite type of flower?
I don't know. It's not really a flower. I mean, I really like to have eucalyptus all around my house because it lasts a very long time. It smells nice. I put it in the shower. And then if I can find a sunflower that's really shut, I know that it'll last me 2 weeks. So if I ever see that anywhere, I'll just grab them because I know they'll last.
What's an album or song you have
listening to Cyndi Lauper a lot. She's so unusual. And thank you, BuzzFeed. Please watch Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere in theaters October 24th.
BuzzFeed.
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 I feel good. Getting hot.